In the Netherlands, a terrible scene is playing out on the coast. An estimated 20,000 seabirds have died en masse, with hundreds washing up each day. The birds usually spend their entire lives at sea, and scientists are now using the remains to try to determine the causes. But no conclusions have yet been reached. Bad weather has been cited as a possible factor, and it's unclear whether a recent container spill that littered the coast with debris may also be linked. I'm now joined by John Hourston, an environmentalist and founder of the Blue Planet Society conservation charity. Well, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us on the programme. So as we were saying, there are no clear reasons as to why these tens of thousands of birds have washed up on the Dutch coast. But tell us a little bit about the theories.
Well, guillemots are known to wash up in large numbers in the winter. That is one theory, especially with regards to storms, and there have been some rough seas off the Dutch coast recently.
OK, and what kind of methods are being used to find out what happened to these birds?
Well, there is scientists is carrying out necropsy right now on a number of birds, which should determine why they died.
OK, and you were saying that this happens, when there is bad weather. How bad does that weather have to be? How often does it happen per year, for example? And does it happen in these numbers?
Nothing on this scale has happened off the Dutch coast since the 80s and 90s. 20,000 guillemots is an awful lot of one species to wash up. And it is coincidental that it happened to coincide in the exact area that 345 containers fell off the MSC Zoe at the beginning of January. But there is no link to that at this stage.
And how will these deaths affect the guillemot population? Because as you were saying, it's an absolutely huge amount of birds to die.
It is. There are reportedly about 3 million guillemots in the North Sea, so it shouldn't have too much of an effect. But it is an awful lot of a huge number to lose from one species, and it needs to be monitored. But hopefully, if this die-off stops fairly soon, they can recover from it. But we need to find out what's causing it. And if it is linked to pollution, I know that paraffin has washed up on the Dutch coast, which they think may be linked to the container spill. We've got those 3 containers which are contain hazardous material. There are 345 containers. I think they've recovered about 20. That means there are about 325 containers still at the bottom of the North Sea off the Dutch coast. Now, who knows what's in those containers? We haven't been able to get the manifest off MSC cargo, and they haven't replied to any emails that I've sent them asking them for an update on the salvage operation. But I believe the salvage operation will take at least another 8 to 12 months.